Are you struggling with writing chemical equations? In this video, I will show you the steps on how to write and balance a chemical equation. First of all, let's answer the question, what is a chemical equation? A chemical equation is a sentence, like a mathematical equation, that shows us what happens or what occurs during a chemical reaction. What are the materials involved and what is produced? So, when having a chemical equation, it allows us to two things. The first thing is that we get to understand what occurs during the reaction. What are the materials involved? And the second part is we get to know the quantities of the materials involved. Now I'll explain this first point, the materials. So when we know the materials involved, we get to really understand what's happening in that chemical reaction. For example, we look at this chemical equation right here at the top. This is a chemical equation that shows the reaction when lithium is burned in oxygen or burned in the air generally. So let's observe these two chemical equations. We can see that when lithium reacts with oxygen or burns with oxygen, it produces lithium oxide. So we get to know what is being used, which is the lithium and the oxygen, and we get to know what is being produced, which is the lithium oxide. So we get to know the material involved and what is produced. Now let's look at the second benefit, which is the quantity of the materials used. Now this point here, it requires us to have a proper balanced chemical equation. If we do not have a balanced chemical equation, we are not able to know the quantity of the material needed. So let's look back at these two chemical equations. What can you see? What is the difference? Well, the first chemical equation right here is an invalid and unbalanced chemical equation. So thus it is wrong. The second one, however, is an example of a balanced chemical equation where lithium burns in oxygen and produces lithium oxide. So this is a valid chemical equation that is already balanced. So now we get to know the quantities of the materials involved. That is, 4 moles or 4 units of lithium reacts with 1 unit of oxygen that produces 2 units of lithium oxide. So that is why that is the importance of a chemical equation. So let's answer the second question. What can be understood by balancing a chemical equation? Balancing a chemical equation means we are equalizing the number of atoms on the left side and on the right side of a chemical equation. So let's look at this equation right here. Let's look at the first one, which is invalid. Let's see what exactly is wrong about it. So the first thing we need to check is the number of atoms on the left and on the right side. Let's look at lithium. How many lithium atoms do we have on the left side of the equation? We have 1 here, and that's it. So on the left side we have 1 lithium atom. Let's look at the right side. The right side we have 2 lithium atoms. So we've got 2 lithium atoms on the right side. Thus we can clearly see that the number of lithium atoms is not equal. Thus it is an unbalanced chemical equation. That's what makes it invalid. So when we're balancing chemical equations, our intent, our goal, is to make the number of the atoms of each element same on both sides. We need to get the same amount of lithium atoms on both sides and the same amount of oxygen atoms on both sides. So let's look at the second chemical equation. So let's count how many lithium atoms are on the left side. So we have got 4 here, so that's 4 lithium. And on the right side, we've got 2 times 2, so that's 4. The number here is the multiplier that is multiplied with whatever number is down here. So on the right side we have 4 lithium atoms. Thus we can see that the number of lithium atoms on both sides are the same. Let's look at oxygen. On the left side there is 1 multiplied by 2, or just basically just 2 oxygen atoms on the left side. Let's look at the right side. We've got 2 here. Sorry. We have the number 2 here that is multiplied by 1. So we get 2 oxygen atoms on the right side. So now the lithium atoms and the oxygen atoms are equalized on both sides. So we know that this equation is balanced. So this video will show you how to balance a chemical equation.